pixel ratio.
And we are live. Welcome to Ordinary Extraordinary, Episode 8. Oh God, not this again.
Dun dun dun!
Ta-da!
Basically, for everyone who watched last week, we were severely down on players, so this week is a little bit of catch-up and a little bit of working everybody in together. So, we'll go ahead and get started. I will actually start with Jane.
Huzzah!
You're the one who first reported the good professor missing.
Yes.
After he dropped you off. Oh, hold on, just got a message. Okay.
Message for you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. Scott will not be joining us today either. So.
No.
But he says he will be here next week, so we'll figure it out from then. Jane first reported the good doctor missing. He did not when he did not call you on Tuesday after your big date on Monday, and after he dropped you off at home. Normally he would try to get in touch with you at least once a day, but you hadn't heard from him, so you put the word out that he seemed to be missing, and then pretty much everything that happened in 6. You've been actually pretty busy with work. They've had some new shipments come in and stuff that needed to get stocked and filed, and a whole bunch of stuff. So while you've been worried, you've also been trying to keep busy.
Distracted. Okay.
Yeah. And when the professor does show back up on Friday, John and Claire and everybody managed to track him down. Friday, he showed up in his own home, and with no memory of anything happening. He immediately
the break in there was fun. Yeah.
He immediately went to the lab and started running tests on himself. Found out that apparently time had passed for him, but he wasn't. He had eaten and had drinking.
Had drunk.
Had drunk water and everything during the time that he was missing. So nothing. He was obviously conscious the entire time.
Okay, well that's good. So he wasn't hurt at all, right?
No, he had some slight bruising, but other than that, he was perfectly fine.
So is he got the one puncture point bruising or the 2 puncture point bruising?
Nothing along that sort of.
Or completely different.
Just bruising on his back. It looked like he and some on his chest. It looked like he may have been in an accident.
Oh, okay.
And actually, he had a bit of a bruise on his one shoulder as well. Looked like a flu shot.
Okay.
We did manage, I believe, to trace the spot where we think he went off the road.
Okay.
Which is not too far down the street from your house. So apparently he dropped you off, and then the car
just sort of went. Whoosh.
Yep, and then
hit the
stuff
curb.
Happened.
Yep,
yeah.
And then stuff's happened. Round about Thursday or Friday afternoon, Andreas, you went to head to class, and that's the last thing you remember until you wake up in bed Sunday afternoon.
In my dorm room.
In your dorm room, in your bed. No real memory of going to class or anything, just that you were headed there. And then you wake up here, and you're in your room, checking the clock. It's Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You try to get on the phone to call around, and you don't
John and Claire are apparently out.
John and Claire are out. You can get a hold of the professor, or you can get a hold of Jane. But anyone else you try to contact, you will just get their answering machine.
Mm-hmm. I'll check on John, and yeah, only John is in my dorm, right?
Yep.
I'll check on John in person on his door.
You run down to check on his door, and it's locked.
Okay.
I do or did have a roommate.
Okay. If you knock on the door, the roommate will answer. He says that he hasn't seen John since Friday.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I expect that I have run into the same whatever that hit the professor.
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
Do.
So
do.
But it would be interesting how I got into my bed. So I'll try to reach some of my classmates from the course I wanted to visit on Friday.
Okay. You check on the internet for the contact information for some of your classmates. It only really lists their email address at the school, not their room number or phone number or anything like that. But you can definitely send them emails if you want.
Okay. I sent one person an email and asked what I missed on Friday.
Okay. You get a response back. What are you talking about? You were in class.
Okay. Okay. I write back that I was kind of on an autopilot, and if you could give me a short recap on what happened.
You get basically a really curt response back saying check the Blackboard online. The PowerPoint presentations and notes for the class are already up there. You should already know that. Leave me alone, man.
Okay. I was there and don't remember. Very odd. Okay. But I know where the professor lives.
Yes, you do.
There.
Yeah.
So.
But you do know that he's been spending the last few days pretty much in the lab constantly, trying to figure out what happened to him.
Okay. And the lab doesn't have its own phone number, right?
No.
Okay. Oh, it's Sunday. So nobody will be there now.
Well, he may be.
He may be, yeah. Okay. I'll go and check at the lab if anyone's there.
You get up. Most of the building's deserted because it is Sunday. But when you get up to the lab area where the professor works, he's in there rushing around from station to station. Looks like he's running some tests of some kind.
Okay. So I knock, and yeah. Professor Levenstone.
He looks up and he says, "Okay." He comes over and lets you in, and he says, "Hicks, my boy, Mr. Hickler, how have you been?"
Well, not so good. Actually, I think I had the same symptoms you had. I'm missing the last 2 days.
Really? Sit down right here, my boy, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
He steps over, pulls out a lot of syringes and a phlebotomy kit, and
Let's see. This one's used. This one's used. This one's used. Oh, I think this one's new. It still has the wrapper on it.
no, not quite that bad. But he comes over and says, sits you down, and starts wrapping up your arm to draw blood.
I want to sample your blood. Yes.
And he starts taking samples. He's like, so tell me, what can you remember? What is the last thing you do remember?
The last thing was I wanted to go to class on Friday. Then I woke up today in my bed. And I checked back with colleagues, and I was in class on Friday, but I can't remember anything of it.
That is very strange. For one, that you were back so quickly before I was. Whatever it took you must not have been as interested in you as I was.
It didn't taste as yummy.
So let me run some tests on your blood work, and we'll see what we can figure out, if anything.
Yeah, thank you.
So he proceeds to take some samples from you and get some tests started up to run. They will take a little bit of time. He says he tells you he won't really have any results available until Monday.
So, but what have been the results on your own blood?
Well, I found something that could have been a sedative, but it had degraded so much that it was hard to tell. But other than that, all my nutrient levels were fine. I really have no idea what could be causing the memory loss.
Okay. Okay, so when should I come back to check the results?
Go ahead and come back tomorrow morning. By the way, you have not heard from John or Claire, have you?
No, I didn't reach them.
I've been trying to give them updates on the status of my results, but I haven't been able to get a hold of either one of them. I asked. I called up Jane a while ago, and she said she hasn't heard from them either.
Okay, maybe they have run into the same problems.
That may be possible. I really don't know. We do know that you were missing. We were able to track down your cell phone, but it was in your room. So.
Okay, so they were still there when I was gone.
They were.
John.
Last I talked to them was Friday evening before they had class. I understand you had class a little before they did, and that was the last they saw you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No problem, my boy. Let me get to work, and I'll give you a call tomorrow with the results. Please do keep it in touch if you find out anything about John or Claire.
I will.
Because I'll need to run tests on them too.
Of course.
When they turn back up. If they turn back up.
Oh,
I hadn't thought
sure
of
that. Okay. We will think of something to do if they don't turn up, but I'm sure they will after we did. Okay.
I'm thinking screaming and running would be a good choice if they don't.
Okay.
Or if they turn back up, not entirely as themselves.
Yeah, if they start having glowing blue eyes, I'm just evacuating town.
Also getting the heck out of there.
Okay. So, whether Jane, you get a phone call from the professor.
Ring.
Basically, says that he just heard from Mr. Hickler that he has shown back up.
Okay.
He woke up in his own bed, pretty much the same as I had, but he has no memory of where he's been for the last day and a half.
Okay,
Well,
do a quick mental recount on myself and make sure there aren't any gaps of time that I can't account for.
Not a thing.
Oh, okay, good. So that's 4 people. Has this happened to anybody that wasn't part of the whole fairy gang
No.
adventures?
No. Well, you not that you know of. I mean, you can try and contact.
I mean,
Those
who?
two people who were kind of off to the side, the ones who had the work down at that chicken place downtown. But other than that, well, you guys haven't heard from Lunchbox either. But that's not unusual for Lunchbox.
Yeah.
Plus, he's kind of new to the group. So.
The craziness. Okay. So I wonder what we have to go on. I'm sort of concerned now because we've got 2 missing people, in theory at least. They're not answering their phone. Has anybody gone by the rooms and checked for them?
He says that the professor says that Mr. Hickler had stopped by to check on John, but his roommate said he hasn't seen him since Friday. He assumed he went home. And if you check with Claire's roommates, they will also assume the same and be quite irate because this was baking weekend.
But she doesn't make chocolate chip cookies. How can... Ugh. Zucchini bread is only so good, people. Okay, try their cell phones.
Have you ever tried chocolate zucchini bread?
Eh.
It works.
I've had it.
It does.
It's pretty good.
Really? Okay.
Take your word for it. Probably much better than the German chocolate sauerkraut cake.
Yes. I think anything would be better than that, but that's just...
I still think that would go over well in this town. It has a cabbage museum, after all.
That's true. That's true.
Anyway, you try the cell phones and it just goes straight to voicemail.
So the last time anybody saw them was in class, I'm guessing?
Well, if you check, yes. The last time anyone saw them was in class. And being basically part of the... well, for you, being part of the faculty, you can easily log in and check out the... plus with your thief abilities, you can easily check in and check the rosters for classes, and they were both there.
Okay, so we've got people who are vanishing for no apparent reason. We've got cell phones that are going to voicemail, which means they're probably out of signal range. Has anybody checked with the fairies yet?
No.
That would be my first suggestion, then, is that we go down and check with the fairies and see if they know what's going on. I mean, Puck will probably just laugh at us and say maybe, but I can't think anybody else who'd be good at finding out why people are vanishing for a week.
The professor says, I suppose that might be a good idea, but I'm too busy running these lab results for Mr. Hickler. I'm afraid I can't help.
Okay, well, you keep doing that, and I'll go round up the Scooby-Doo gang, and we'll see what's out there. So
Okay.
I guess call the rest of the Scoobies and see who's here and who's missing and who wants to come down to the fairies.
Pretty much the only person you can
Locate at the moment.
is Hicks.
I am now filling in the GM's sentences middles.
I like that.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to take over.
So would Hicks like to come, Hicks?
Yes, sure. I was just going to check on Claire, on Claire's room, and ask her roommate if she saw anything. But if you already contacted her, well, then the fairies would be the next logical way to go.
Next logical step, yes.
Yeah.
So, is there anything we know that the fairies like we could take as sort of a peace offering?
From your earlier study, of fairy lore and whatnot. Bread and honey and milk seem to be the traditional offerings.
Okay, bring some of that along just in case they'd like some. Wonder if the fairy librarian would want anything. I'll just bring her an offer to burn the latest catalog. Okay, so let's head on down. See if we can
Okay.
find my librarian buddy. Or
Okay.
Funny
Puck.
fast fact, the Fae were originally why I looked up the chocolate sauerkraut cake recipe.
Oh.
I'll bring some chocolate cookies just to
Okay.
complement.
You get down to the circle. It's still or to the crater. It's still daylight. It's about this point after all the running around. It's probably about 5.
Are there
Well,
many
no,
people out
I'm
there?
sorry. It's about 4 in the afternoon.
I figure there aren't going to be that many tourists out there. Is it a bigger draw than
Tourists,
that?
no.
Or?
Tourists, no, but it is a frequented spot for a lot of the students because it's a nice open area near campus, very open and green. So
Yeah,
people,
but I mean, there should be a place slightly away from other people that we can. I mean, we're not asking for the whole elephant parade to show up. Just one of them.
yeah, no, you can find an open patch of grass because there aren't any trees in the crater. It's all a basic grass-lined crater.
Okay.
But yeah, you can find a patch where no one's sitting out on towels or playing frisbee golf or anything like that.
Okay. Cool. Just sit down and pretend we're, I don't know, not doing something suspicious, and then just give a quiet call out and see if the librarian is there.
Go ahead and just because you happen to use that language, go go ahead and give me a roll on just another Smith.
Alrighty. Okay, please. 11.
Okay, and Hicks, go ahead and give me an aficionado roll.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I take that
No?
back. An
Okay.
exchange student role because you're trying not to stand out.
Yeah. Okay, that would be a 7.
Okay, you spectacularly fail at not standing out.
Oh, thank you so much.
However, Jane's success kind of counteracts it. People just think that you guys are on a very weird date.
Very,
a lot
very.
a lot of the people nearby kind of stop and look at you guys for a minute or two, especially when Hicks, you start trying to whistle innocently and
Oh,
entirely
yeah, that's a bad idea.
to work. But for the most part, you guys are pretty much ignored after that.
Jeez. It's the last time I bring you on a stakeout, dude. Do we get any reaction from the librarian?
You see no signs of the Fae.
Okay. Well, the other times we've come to visit him, has it always been dark?
Yes, it has.
Or we've ever been by during the day before? Okay.
No, you have not.
And we've always been to the center of this crater where the throne would be.
Yeah, but we came into the beginnings of it before. Remember, that's where when we were running when Bunny Boy had his headache and we came down and the shopkeeper was following us. We got within the circle.
Boy.
Bunny Boy.
You bounce around a lot. You're Bunny. Sorry. So I remember we came down where they came to the outside of the circle to see us there. We didn't have to go all the way into the meteorite. Well, I guess we could try. How many people are in closer to the actual meteorite?
There are quite a few people down there towards the center. It seems to be
The more
almost a
popular spot,
gravitational
yeah.
point.
That's
Yeah.
what I was worried about. Okay, well, have a small quiet conversation to the fairies that I'm pretty sure are listening to me even if they don't show up, and explain what the problem is and the fact that we've apparently lost 2 people. And then,
And me for a time.
yes.
Go ahead and give me a thief roll, and Hicks, go ahead and give me a comic book roll.
I got a 1.
Okay.
Oh, well, that was...
15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hicks, you're not entirely sure, but you when Jane gets to the point in her little monologue where she mentions people missing, you think you hear giggling.
Oh, yeah, well, we sort of assume they're going to be laughing their ass off at us. But...
Yeah.
But you're the only
Help
one
is
who
good.
hears it, and you're not even really sure.
Yeah.
It could have been someone nearby laughing at someone else's joke, but
Yeah, but I'll mention it. I'll say, well, that's nothing to giggle about. That's serious business.
okay.
They're
Are you
fairies.
saying
They
this under
always
your
do.
breath, or are you?
No, loud enough,
to where-
for Jane to hear.
Okay. So yeah, Jane, you get the feeling that they're
highly immune to
They're
the situation.
laughing
Yeah,
behind
that's what
your
I
back.
figured. Well, I know they're not going to Underhill because they'd be gone for a heck of a lot longer, so someone else is taking people. And I know they think it's funny, but if they could help at all, we would really appreciate it. And knowing that they can't leave the circle, if there's anything from outside the circle they would like us to bring by, as a thank you for helping us out, we would be more than happy. And then I guess since they're not going to come out and play, I suggest that we wander off and take all this yummy bread and honey and milk and stuff with us, because obviously nobody wants it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I will pick up points in Snarky Bitch. I don't care.
What should I have you roll on that?
Fairy manipulation.
Yeah, go ahead and give it as I'll let you roll that as swashbuckling.
Woohoo! Alright, you're an evil dice that you rolled a 1. I'm not rolling you anymore. You go into timeout. Alright, please, 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 please. Ah, not bad. Now I must do math. Wait, 11, 14,
Okay.
11, 15, 17.
Okay,
I
Martha.
can add.
I mentioned this last game. I've taken to using a dice rolling app
4.
because it counts things up for me.
Yeah, I
this
was
is-
gonna say.
This is actually highly beneficial for you guys, simply because, well, this is what they rolled.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
On how many dice?
Yes! Woohoo! I'm
On
not going to
4.
bother to add behind 11 then.
On 4
Not
dice.
bad.
Bummer.
There's some hungry fairies
how-
out there, huh?
I feel sorry for you, really.
How did you bring the honey and bread? And is it in a plastic grocery bag, or is it
In
in
a picnic basket.
Whoa.
Oh
We
man!
lost.
She'll be back in a second.
Yes.
That's what I want to know. Is it in a plastic grocery bag, or is it one of those canvas dealies, or
Go for the picnic basket.
the picnic basket?
Picnic basket would be the most stylish option in the moment.
Because however you guys want to describe it will affect the hilarity of the outcome. And let me send her another invite just to be on the safe side.
I'm gonna get some more water going. Be right
Alrighty.
back.
You guys just have to go and make it difficult for me, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I had a plan.
Wakey, Wakey.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Yay! That was
Okay.
well timed.
So my question
Yeah,
was, how did you bring all the stuff? Is it in a plastic?
Oh, I brought it so they could make off with it sneakily, so that all the other people who were out here watching wouldn't notice immediately.
I know, but did you bring it in, like, say, a plastic bag or a
Yeah, I would have
canvas
just brought
coat?
it in a grocery bag. I would have
Okay.
just brought it in a grocery bag. Something,
Okay.
that wouldn't immediately catch attention.
All right. You start hearing as you're getting ready to get up, you hear the bag kind of rustle
Mm-hmm.
from the inside, like a small animal or something has gotten inside the bag.
Well, I suppose we could just leave that here. I mean, I don't want it. But I don't know, somebody else might pick it up.
Rustle.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty moving now. In fact, you see, you kind of lean over to look into the top of the bag, and you get hit in the head with the blue plastic top on the jug of milk.
Hey, careful.
And then the bag just starts rustling really, really hard, and the top of the honey bear comes shooting out of the bag. Just goes straight up. Some of the people are starting to stop and look over in your direction as the bag's just sitting there going.
On second thought, it's a good thing it wasn't a proper picnic basket. That contains proper silverware. That could put an eye out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the little plastic bread tie comes sailing out, kind of starts spinning through the air, and hits one of the frisbeers in the back of the head.
Guys,
Oh,
this is
boy.
not low-key.
And then the bag kind of rustles a little bit more. The frisbee guy kind of turns around and is like, "Hey, what the hell?"
Yeah, sorry. You know,
Sorry.
when the hunger hits.
Like, whatever, weirdo. And then basically the bag stops rustling.
Okay, well, if it stopped rustling, I'm going to assume they're done. And I will say, "You're welcome," and then pick up the bag, and I'm assuming is mostly empty now.
Yeah, it's just the
I would
plastic.
expect bite marks in the plastic at this point.
Yeah, the bear is empty. The plastic bread bag is empty, and as is the milk jug.
All right,
Come to think of it,
cool.
when's the last time you ever saw a plastic bread bag with no crumbs in it?
True, true. Okay, well, like I said, I'll say "You're welcome," and then head back out.
Okay.
I guess we can come back and ask them later. I don't know, though. They weren't that much help with the zombies. Puck was almost worse than help with the zombies.
Well, they did put the zombies in an orderly line for us to slaughter them one after the other.
That's true. That's true. And he did claim he was leading them off to fight something else, so in theory, even if he'd gotten away with it, he would have helped. But, yeah, oh well. I was hoping to at least pick their librarian's brains and figure out what else could be doing this.
Yeah. But it might be that the culprit is not so special, not so magical. It could be the government. After all, the professor said he had residues of chemicals in his blood. So maybe we were shot with tranquilizer guns out of these black SUVs.
Well, as long as there aren't any black helicopters, I won't start panicking quite yet.
Not that anyone has seen.
Huh. Okay, well, who else do we have that we can ask at this point? The fairies find it amusing, but at least they like the munchies.
Yeah,
The professor is already running tests, so he doesn't know right now either.
The tests, he said, would be ready probably sometime Monday morning.
so we could only ask the black SUV guys in person if we would be sure that they wouldn't catch us and take off with us.
Well, they've already caught you and brought you back again, so I'd assume that whatever they wanted with you, they're done with.
Yeah, except
just-
if I'm on the wrong track and it wasn't the black SUV guys.
Oh.
But still, they should know who it was, who did it, because they were watching us, right? Maybe they
That's
have
true.
got photographs or something, film.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt to ask. At the very least, they'll just pretend we don't have any idea what we're talking about. Or they'll kidnap us. But they, like I said, they've already kidnapped you and brought you back again, so I would assume whatever information or data that they needed out of us, they would have gotten if they're bringing you back. And they brought the professor back, although it took him a week.
Mhm.
Well, most of a week.
Most
Of a week, yeah.
Monday through Thursday. The return was Friday morning.
Mhm.
So,
Well before the 2 p.m. deadline on the slot.
so what's the... what's the chance we can find one of the black SUVs?
Well, let's look around. So, yeah.
One was normally parked out on the main entrance to the campus, pretty much diagonal away from Bushy Hall.
Mhm.
Yeah,
In
John
line of
had
sight.
gone Fed spotting earlier.
Yep. When you guys get over to that area, there is no sign of it.
Mhm. Okay. Let's check all of the places where we saw them earlier.
Well, pretty much every place that you saw them before was right behind you. If you turn around, they are not there.
It'd be nice if we turned around and they were.
You sure
Okay.
about that?
If you check all the places where you were downtown where you saw them, like outside of the chicken place or anything like that, you don't see them around.
Okay. I don't like this.
I don't either. We're sort of at a dead end.
Um,
Do you want to try going back at night and talking to the fairies again once everybody's not
yes.
there? Okay. I can't think of anybody else who might have any idea what's going on. I mean, even if they're in their circle, they'd at least be able to rule out anything supernatural.
Yeah, that's true. And maybe even in their circle, they would feel what's going on outside.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we'll do that then. Just wait until night and then head back and bug the fairies
Yeah.
again.
Okay.
Make sure I stock up on more munchies since they seem to appreciate them.
Okay. You didn't have to wait that long for nightfall. It was already like 4 o'clock. By the time you get back checking with the SUVs, it's already after hitting all the locations. It's already about 7 o'clock or so. So it's pretty dark.
Getting dusky.
Okay.
Well, it is late fall, so
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty damn
Pretty
near
dark.
dark right now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, make sure I've got more munchies since they did like them. I may as well bring them a second round.
Okay. You head back down into the crater. Once you get past the edge, everything kind of gets a little foggy and misty. And when you get down towards the middle of the crater, court is in session.
Oh, whoops. Well, we don't want to interrupt that.
It doesn't look like you're interrupting too much. The king and queen are just lounging on their thrones, and it looks like a ball is being held, actually.
Okay, well, make sure to stay out of the way. I don't. I mean, it's some sort of official-ish function. I definitely don't want to disturb it.
But we can.
Once you get down in a little further, a couple of the fairies look up and see you, and Puck kind of flies up and leans back, and he's like, "Ah, catering is here!"
Yep.
And he flies up. He's like, "What'd you bring? What'd you bring?"
Same stuff as last time. If you tell me what you like, I can bring other stuff. This was what was in the book, so I figured it was a good place to start.
Well, it's not bad, but can you get something besides clover? Clover honey sucks.
Okay, sure. Just let me know what you want.
Anything but clover.
Oh, well, that's not too hard.
He actually flies down into the bag and flies back out carrying the bear.
You got to share that.
Well, the way he's carrying it is rather amorous.
I'm not sure I'm just so the normal honeypots.
He flies it over basically to the center of the dancing circle and lands right in the middle with it. And well, as he takes flight, everything else kind of levitates out of the bag and follows around him in a kind of a spirally pattern, trailing behind him. And then when he lands in the middle, everything pretty much magically unwraps itself. The bread slices itself and erases itself.
Nice.
And yeah, it basically suddenly looks like it was prepared at a fancy French restaurant.
I need to hire him as a cook. Except he'd put mushrooms in everything, I'm sure.
And, well, some of it actually changes form into other types of food.
Oh. Like
meat and vegetables, and it looks like a full-on banquet.
Awesome sauce.
So he sits... he kind of floats up a little bit above everything, looks to everyone, and he's got a little towel over his arm, and he's like, "Dinner is served!" And a rabid bunch of fairies all fly in and descend upon the...
It's flying piranha!
Yeah, and the queen just looks over like...
Sorry.
And the king is applauding, huzzah, and you know he's ready to dig in himself, but he's showing some restraint, mainly because of the dirty looks his wife is giving him. So the king looks at both of you and nods and smiles, and the queen just is the queen and gives you both a bit of a dirty look. Especially you, Jane.
I apologize for causing the disturbance. I had figured if I came, it would only be proper to come bearing gifts.
And a fine idea it was, lass. Oberon. We thank you for improving our revelry.
It is my honor.
What brings you to court this evening?
Unfortunately, two of our friends seem to have vanished, and this is becoming a habit among our group. We were wondering if perhaps within your circle you might have...
The queen kind of looks at you and like, this is an insult. You've already accused us once. Okay, we were behind it then. But I'm not accusing you.
I just thought that perhaps, since you know so much more about the things that are coming through the rift than we would ever know, that you might possibly know of something else that might be doing this.
Puck kind of lands on your shoulder, and he's snarfing noisily right in your ear.
Sorry.
Sound effects are good. And he's like, "Hey, that's got nothing to do with anything magical or this good stuff. that or anything that we would have knowledge of. It's purely you humans messing about with stuff.
Ah, good. Well, I suppose not good because that makes it a little more complicated, but it is nice to be able to rule out things that go bump in the night, which we're sort of unprepared to handle.
Would you know
Um,
which human agency is behind this?
you all look alike to us. And he kind of goes to prop himself up on his shoulder, and he kind of tries to lean against your cheek, and he goes, "Ow! Yeah, I'll be over there," and he just flies off.
Do I have fillings or something?
No, but he didn't seem to actually like touching your skin.
Oh.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Well, that's strange. Huh. Well, then I will bow to the king and queen and thank them very much for their time, and that I hope they have a wonderful revelry tonight, and that I will remember when I come next time not to bring Clover honey.
The queen says, "Be gone from our presence," and the king says, "Y'all come back anytime."
Then we shall exit gracefully then.
Okay.
Yes.
As you
Bowing.
walk up out of the mist, it seems a lot brighter than it should. By the time you reach the top of the rim, it's full on daylight.
Oh no.
What the heck?
I hope it's Monday.
That's what I was just thinking. What day is it that we're walking into daylight?
Check your phone.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Check the phone and see what the date is.
After about a second, it clicks as it resets, and it's about 2 in the afternoon on Monday.
Ooh.
Wow.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, at least we're going forward. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Check the year just to make sure. But
Yes.
Hey,
the
backwards
year.
has its uses too. Plausible deniability, for instance.
Your year is fine. The year is as it should be. You just skipped a good several hours.
okay, well, if it's when did the professor say he'd have those results back?
He said he'd have them back Monday morning.
Yeah, 6 hours ago.
Okay, you wanna you wanna swing by him now, or do you wanna
Yes.
go grab a nap? How
No,
we've sort of
I
been
want to
partying the night
know.
away, haven't we?
Yes. I want to know earliest what he
Okay.
found.
And then we can let him know that at least per the fairies, it's definitely nothing magical, which is nice after the zombie rat. I can do for no magic.
True. Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Okay.
So,
All right. You guys head to the professor's lab, and he's like, "Oh, I wonder where you two had gotten to. I heard from both John and Claire this morning.
Great.
They are fine and back. I took some blood samples for them. They went off to see what they could investigate about the memory loss, to see if they could figure out some way to fix that."
Oh, good. Yeah, we were stuck in the fairy ring overnight. The party lasted a little longer than expected.
Oh well,
Yes.
that's unexpected.
They did
no one
confirm it's nothing magical, though.
Oh well, it's good, I suppose, but also kind of a little worrying.
Yeah.
Well, the host tranquilizers would have confirmed that too, I think.
Yes, I got. I'm still
Blood
running
work
the
results.
results. Yeah, I'm still running the results on John and Claire. I should have those shortly, but I do have yours, Mr. Hickler. Like myself, you have what appears, very obviously appears to be some sort of heavy sedative in your system. Mine had apparently broken down much more than yours had, but I was actually able to more closely identify the drug family. it is definitely a heavy tranquilizer.
Okay. Do you have a name of the tranquilizer?
Not specifically. It is one of a class of tranquilizers. I can't really tell you specifically which one.
So is it?
Maybe perhaps when I get the results back from John and Claire's, I'll have more information.
Would it
But
be
would it
possible?
be? Would it be an organic tranquilizer or purely a chemically engineered tranquilizer?
It appears to be a industry standard tranquilizer of some sort. What particular class of FDA drug, I'm not sure yet. I'll have to get the results of John and Claire's tests to be able to tell you for sure. Although the initial signs are that Claire does not have any in her system at all.
Oh.
But she also appears to have been attacked by a vampire, so what can I tell?
A vampire?
Yeah. Except that the fairies ruled it out, so it's got to be something. Maybe it's a taser. They've got the 2 darts in them.
Easy delivery, fast acting, abduct them all. Ask for it by name.
Here's a question, though. Puck seemed to not want to touch me when we were out there. Would you mind running a panel on me as well? I know I haven't gone vanishing, but if he was reluctant to touch me, I can't think of any reason why. I haven't been taking iron supplements.
Well, sure. I can take a few samples. He takes a blood sample from you, and he's like, it will take me a while to get initial tox screenings or anything back.
Oh yeah, no, I figured better to check, you know.
No problem at all. We'll check from there.
One more question. Would you have a theory how it is possible that I got tranquilized and also attended my class?
I do not know. If I had to guess, you weren't tranquilized until after your class.
And the memory loss would go in the past from that point.
Well, most tranquilizers don't affect memory. Something else is causing the memory loss.
Okay, so we'll ask
Any
John.
ideas what? Is there a drug that would cause you to lose your memory, or?
I'm not. There are some, but nothing as specific as what we're seeing. I really have no idea. John and Claire went off to investigate. They were going to check with that. I think that hypnotist that is supposed to be on campus.
Well, that's a good idea.
That's the last bit of information I have.
When did they go out? Have you heard back from them?
No, I haven't. It was much earlier this morning. They showed up pretty much bright and early. I got the call from John, wondered where he was, and they both rushed right over for blood work. And
so did I.
Okay, well, give them a call, see what they've found out.
Okay. Let's see. You give them both a call, however, Hold on. Did I write? John, do you remember what time your appointment was? It was either 2 or 3, but I don't remember which.
Probably 2.
Okay.
Which means if it's about, I don't know.
Let's say you do give a call. Both of their phones go straight to voicemail.
Oh, that's not good. Didn't we just do this?
Yes, we did.
Well, we know where they went this time, at least.
You think you do, at least as far as the professor knows where they went. They went to check out the hypnotist that's doing the performances online or on campus.
On campus.
Let's do a quick search ourselves and see if we can figure out where this guy is.
Does he have a performance Sunday night?
Yes, he did, but it is now Monday.
Oh. So,
yeah.
Does he have a performance Monday night?
No, there are no other performances until this coming weekend.
Hmm.
It's purely a weekend thing to keep the students entertained and to keep them from breaking shit.
Yes, gotta love that. But yeah, let's see if we can't track him down.
Okay. You head down to your office and log onto your computer. Go ahead and give me 2 thief rolls.
Okay. Let's pick the happy dice. 1 thievery. I get a 1. 1 thievery. I got another 1. Really? Come on, guys. With the sleep.
Well,
all right, you are going into banishment with the other dice that rolled me a 1.
You tried to
You're
get
building up quite a collection there.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, at least I wasn't building a flamethrower this time.
You tried to log into the
Frasm?
well, you tried to get in the back way through the computer system at the school to student services to try and find out any information on the performer. All you really know is that he goes by the name Teddy Hardeen. That's his stage name.
All right. Well, if I can't break into the computers, let's use my librarian abilities and go hit the interwebs and see if I can't track this guy down.
Okay.
Because even though he's a performer, he should have a sole proprietorship, which means there might be records within his state of residency. And if I can find the Google, I can probably find his homepage. If I can find the homepage, I can find his state of residency, and then I can check with the business bureau there.
His phone number.
Yes,
Okay.
that too. I will find the man.
Go ahead and give me a librarian roll.
Okay. You, dice, better be good dice. I'll be really, 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 really annoyed. Ha! Only 1 this time. Okay. 6,
What's the other
12,
one?
14, 15.
15?
Much more respectable.
15.
Okay.
Yes, I got 2 6s. I like these dice now.
You managed to find his webpage. Basically, it's Teddy Hardeen, hypnotist extraordinaire, and it's got this picture of him. Basically looks like the classic master from Doctor Who. Slicked back
That's
black
not a good
hair,
sign.
mustache, goatee, black suit, pretty intimidating. Classic stage evil magician type getup.
Okay,
want
well,
to meet him in a dark alley.
I wouldn't want to meet him in a bright alley.
Pretty much. Basically, what you can get from the website is basically a list of his performances scheduled. You see that he was scheduled here this past weekend at Ravenhurst College in Pennsylvania, Ravenhurst, Pennsylvania, and was actually the show sold out so much that he's been held over another week.
Okay, is there any contact information, though?
There's a web form.
Okay, well, fill
If
out...
this is a sufficiently modern website, maybe they even have video of past performances.
Yes, there is some video up.
I don't know that would help us actually find him, though, and I want to find him right now.
Yeah.
Well, submit the web form anything and ask him to contact me that I'm interested in him having to do a performance for. Pick some random small college in the same area we're in.
Okay.
Like if they have like a community college type of thing or something so that the area code on my phone wouldn't give away the fact that I'm lying through my teeth.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead and give me a Smith roll.
Right. What is with all the ones? 1, 2, 6. All I'm getting is 1s today. Can we play GURPS?
Martha, you'd still be
I'm
rolling.
sorry,
I know! At least I'd only be rolling 3 of them.
I'm still coming up with the templates for that one. I'm sorry.
Geez, 6 out of 10 dice have now rolled a 1 for me. I just...
Okay.
Anywho, now that I've completely failed that...
No, you
Yes, I know enough to use a
post-
Gmail account that doesn't have my name on it.
That's not what I'm getting.
Oh.
You fill it out as best you can, and you click submit. You're not going to hear back anything, though.
Yeah, I didn't. Couldn't hurt, though, you know. Chasing all avenues.
You do get a standard form reply saying that he is currently on tour, and we'll get back to you as the tour dictates.
I don't have any friends on the events staff, do I? That they'd be able to give me his contact number?
No one who remembers you.
Well, yeah. I just meant people I'd gotten information out of in the past. I shouldn't use friends. That's my sources.
Again,
Well, as they say, a good friend is not someone you use once and throw away. A good friend is someone you use again and again and again.
So yeah, no. Again, no one who would remember you and be willing to help.
Willing to give that sort of information out. Damn
Yep.
it.
Yeah. Where was his performance yesterday?
Was here.
Yeah, and in what specific building?
It was in the theater, which is building 35.
So you want to go check that out and see if he left anything, or?
Yeah, or tell them I kept his umbrella or something, and I want to give it back.
Check it out. This pocket watch is still warm.
35. Here, 35. Okay.
All right, so let's go head down to the theater then.
Okay.
Yes.
You head down to the theater. There's a class going on actually in the
Auditorium.
right in the auditorium part itself. You can definitely get backstage though, no problem.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking for some managerial type. And
There's actually no one backstage, but looks like a few people working on moving some sets and stuff around, working on light rigging and whatnot, and they all appear to be students.
okay. Hey guys, who's in charge here?
That would be the instructor out front.
Yeah. Okay. So is it possible to walk up to the instructor, or is he in mid-performance or something?
Not while he's in class, sorry.
Yes,
mid-class.
yeah. The instructor is actually a woman, and she's currently teaching the class. Looks like they're discussing ancient Greek theater at the moment.
Oh.
Such fun. Is there any way... Well, the front office would have all of the documentation in it. I wonder if they'd have... Would the events staff... Would the events department have his contact information and stuff? Or is there a chance that the theater department would have something in the front office?
Most likely, from what you know to how these kinds of things are set up, since the events, student events, is actually holding it and paying for everything, that
have the info.
they would be the ones with the information.
Okay, well, since she's in class, did you want to go check out the student events and see if anybody down there would give us the information?
Yeah.
Or we can distract into letting us get to the information?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay. Head on down there then.
You get down there. There's one rather bored-looking student sitting at the desk out front. You're basically in the Raven's Nest.
Oh, okay. All right. So tell him that we're looking for contact information for the hypnotist. That I had a friend who was looking to do a party later and wanted to know if we could book him for that. didn't know if he could give us that information or not, or...
He's like, I don't really have that, but I can, hold on a second. He gets up and walks back to the office, and there's a gentleman in there. Oh, let's say his name's Cedric.
But does he entertain people?
No. But he's head of entertainment.
He manages entertainment.
Yes. He comes out. He's like, yeah, can I help you?
Yeah, I had a friend who was doing a big party-ish later in the year, and they were wondering if we could get the contact information for the hypnotist to book him. She tried contacting him through the website, but she's getting an error message from it. I didn't know if you had like a phone number for him or an email or something.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a Smith roll.
Yay! All right, those are the evil dice. Let's try these dice. Something other than a 1, dear God. 1, 2, 3. I need to stop rolling things today. I really do.
You rolled a 3?
A 1. No, I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Okay.
So
You rolled a 6.
Sorry.
I thought you were adding them as you went.
No, I didn't. If I'd rolled 3 1s, I would have just given up and not tried anything for the rest of the night.
He says he looks a bit puzzled for a second, and then his eyes kind of glaze over, and he's like, "Yeah, sure."
Woot.
I let me give you his cell info, and make sure you mention that you saw him here on campus. With any luck, he'll give us a discount next year.
Okay, cool.
So he gives you the guy's cell phone number.
All right, thanks.
Awesome.
And head back out again to someplace slightly less public, I guess.
Okay. John, I'm going to cut to you for a second.
Yes.
After you and Claire get done with the therapist, you notice, both of you notice that there is, I think the skins just scored again. Elle is yelling.
Okay, is this after the therapist or after the therapist?
After the therapist, before the therapist.
Okay.
Okay. So you have full recollection, but you haven't yet remade contact.
You don't have unrecollection.
Are you with me here, John?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm just trying to dance around what I need to say.
Exactly. So am I. You both notice that you have a phone call, a missed call while you were in session from Jane.
Mm-hmm. Given what I now then know, can't return this call just yet.
Okay. So you go off on your further investigation?
Yes.
Okay. That will take you approximately 2 hours until you come out and hit the garage door opener.
Okay.
Okay. So mark it for me and keep track. That makes it about 3 o'clock right now.
Okay, so about 5 o'clock then.
About 5 o'clock, you will be done with what you did last session.
That thing, yeah.
Okay.
I remember doing a little bit after it, so let's make it 5:30.
Okay, no problem. It is, as I said, now 3 o'clock. Jane and Hicks. I'll remember, honestly.
We just need to name him something like Lunchbox, and then it'll stick.
So hopefully Lunchbox.
Or I could set up lower thirds for you.
So you guys get somewhere.
Mine on, it keeps turning off.
Once you guys get somewhere clear, you make a phone call to the cell phone number that you were given. The guy picks up. He's like, "Yes."
And I ask if this is, because I've completely forgotten his name, the dude who's doing
Teddy
the hypnotist.
Hardeen.
Teddy Hardeen.
Yes. He says, "Yes, it is. May I ask how you got this number?"
Yes, I had talked to the events coordinator at Ravenhurst College. I had tried submitting a contact request to you through the website, but the form gave me an error, so I couldn't send it through. Um,
Damn, Jimmy, I will have to have him look at that again.
but
Yes, how can I help you?
we probably should have figured this out before we called him. Completely not telling him that.
Thank you for stipulating.
Bleep. Can we backtrack and say we talked about what we were going to say before I called him?
If I roll an even die.
All right.
Okay.
Not a one,
Yes,
not
you
a one,
did.
not a one. Yes! Okay, hold on, then time out. So, Hicks, what are we going to ask him? Are we going to...
well,
I mean, we can't just ask him, hey, do you know what happened to our friends that vanished?
no, but we can ask him for a meeting. So for
Okay, to deal with the lost
an
time.
appointment to get to him, and then when we see him face to face, we can ask him for John and Claire.
Okay.
So, but we need to know why would we have or what we want an appointment? That would be because
Bleep. I was going to say that we could keep going with the thing about I have a friend who's doing a party who'd like to book him later, and we'd want to sit down and go over, routines or something, except I don't know that he'd do that in person. We could say you're trying to quit smoking or something, but I don't know that he'd do that. What exactly does he do in his routines?
Mostly makes people. Do you remember the hypnotist that was at college?
See, no, I never went to that show.
Okay. Basically,
It's just a comedy routine, though, right?
essentially, he has people pretend to or think they're chickens, act like chickens on stage. He has the entire audience or the entire a panel of like 6 people up there, has them all under, and basically tells them that they see an alien walk out on stage, and they all react to it. Tells them that there's an invasion going on, and some of them freak, some of them start acting real tough, and
punching things.
Yeah, just watching people do things that are totally out of character. It's basically all comedy.
Okay, so bleep. I suppose we could ask him for generic hypnotist stuff, or I could say that I was having nightmares
into a trap.
Yeah.
And I'm back. Okay.
Yay!
Sorry.
So we're talking about what we can't ask him to do, which is help us remember the time that Hicks lost, because if he's the one that made Hicks lose his memory, then yeah, he'll just zap both of us when we go over. But if I was saying like that if I had nightmares, if he could hypnotize me out of that, would that make sense? Or
You could try that, and now hold on, I'll be right back.
okay.
nightmares, then he
Yeah.
would, of course, be curious.
Okay. Now the
Yeah, 'cause
video
I've-
looks right.
I figured that would be.
There we go. And we're
But
on
that
the
would
air
be-
again.
That would be more interesting than smoking or weight loss. I think he'd blow us off if it was that. But if I could do something that was at least interesting, he'd maybe blow us off slower.
Wow.
All right, so we have a plan, sort of.
Okay, and that plan is
Um,
because
I'm
I
going
missed it all.
yes, no. I'm going to tell him that I've been having horrible nightmares, and that I was so impressing with his performance. I know that hypnosis could make you forget things, so I was hoping, since it wasn't something normal like smoking or weight loss, that he'd be able to help me with that, since I figure normal hypnotists wouldn't be able to. But I was so impressed.
Basically, he says, "Well, thank you, my dear. I'm touched that you found my performances so engaging. Unfortunately, I am not a hypnotherapist. I cannot help you with that kind of thing."
Well, it was
my-
worth a try. I'm sorry for bothering you then. I wasn't sure. I mean, you did such an amazing job with the kids on stage. I thought maybe you'd be able to help.
No trouble at all. I understand. Perhaps if you checked for an actual therapist, you might have a little more luck.
Okay. Would they be, just out of curiosity, because I think you'd know better than me, would they be able to make me actually just forget the nightmares, or is it going to be something like smoking where I don't know, I guess I just think of something else when I go to sleep now, or?
I'm not entirely sure. I've never
Okay.
worked with dreams before.
All
I
right.
only make people cluck like a chicken, my dear.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Does he know anyone?
Not in town, no.
Yeah, I was going to say he's not going to know it any in town. He's a traveling dude. All right, well, thank you very much for your time. And like I said, I love the show, and I hope to see you again next weekend.
I look forward to it. Thank you, my dear.
Okay.
And
Goodbye.
he hangs up.
Yes. Okay, so if he's talking about hypnotherapists, and he seemed to go for that specifically, yeah, let's give that a try. Because, I mean, making people think they're chickens and see invisible aliens isn't quite at the same level as, I don't know.
Yeah, but in fact we wanted to find John and Claire.
Yeah.
So we didn't really want to find a hypnotherapist.
Oh, bleep. I got sidetracked. Yeah, we were trying to figure out where he was. But
Focus.
they would have, yeah, they would have gone to him the last time. See, y'all are supposed to tell me, hey, you've completely forgotten what you're doing. Bad co-gamers, bad. No biscuits. All right, I've been rolling ones. I'm just going to claim that the ones have deteriorated my brain.
Yeah.
Mhm. And that explains this week's session. What about all the others?
Hey, shush. Okay, well,
well-
but he did say that he did more the entertainment type stuff. So if they'd gone to him looking for help, I don't know that he would have been able to help them.
Yeah, that's true.
And he was sending me through a hypnotherapist, so I wonder what the chances are that they would have gone to one as well. Actually, I don't even know that we have any hypnotherapists that live in town. Why don't we go look that up first?
Yeah.
And then worry
good
about-
idea.
And keep an eye on the cell phone and, ping him again and say, hey, we've been trying to find you.
Yeah.
John, your phone rings.
Would it at this point?
We've been ditzing around for a while, so it might...
I might be out of signal range.
No. It rings, but you're in the middle of well, let's just say a drawer just opened for you.
Yes.
Okay, so... Is it going straight to voicemail, or is it ringing?
It rings,
Oh,
but then goes to voicemail.
okay. Well, it's not going straight to voicemail anymore. I wonder if that means they're back again.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Do they have
that's-
Foursquare or anything installed that would tell me where they are? Hey, I can try.
You
I think I'd be a little more cagey about my location.
Yeah, you
before
would.
you
I
know what.
Darn it.
you can check. There's not the last thing that they have as them checking in anywhere is at the foul territory on Friday night.
Oh,
Or
well.
not Friday night, Friday afternoon or something.
Okay, so
Somewhere around there. Maybe
let's
it was
go.
Thursday night.
Let's go do research on hypnotherapists and see if there are any in the area.
Yes, there is one in town.
Is there only one?
Yes.
Wow.
His name is Guy Phillips. He lives pretty much
On the city map.
down here.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
little south of, well, not south. Yeah, a little south of the tail end of Cooper Memorial Park.
okay, do some quick research on hypnotherapists. See if they actually do anything that deals with memory loss or the forgetting of traumatic incidences.
They do work with. Some of them have done work with. What's the term? Traumatic memory loss.
Suppressed memories type thing.
Yeah, suppressed memories, or also some of them do work with past life regression.
Yeah, I don't want to be a chicken, thank you.
Were you a chicken in your past life?
I think everyone was a chicken in their past life. We just don't know it yet. Per Gary Larson, chickens used to rule the world.
I guess it depends a lot on what school of reincarnation you follow.
No, that would be everybody's been a flatworm at least once in their life.
Well, no, that's a hell of a step down, isn't it, from chicken to human?
Quite true, quite true. Alright, so if this guy actually deals with memory loss...
The ad that you find in the paper says weight loss and smoking cessation are his specialties.
Okay.
Well, he would say that because that's where the money is.
That's where the money is. But the possibility exists that he could help us with your memory loss, which means they might have gone to him.
Yes. Well, it wouldn't hurt to drop by.
Yeah, they've gone vanishing, so... Darn, and they don't have a car or anything, so it's not like we could drive by and see if their car's in the parking lot.
Yeah, true.
Bleep. We just need to put a tracker on Bunny. It's the only way we're going to ever find him, I swear.
No, it's Monkey!
No, you are Bunny. I have a little bunny in a tracksuit. Boing, boing, boing. All right. Well, we might as well go walk by and see if we see them there, and then just keep calling them, you think?
Yeah, and we could...
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, let's walk by as a first step and then take it from there.
Okay. From where you are, it'll take you guys about 45 minutes to an hour to stroll to that location.
Okay. Keep checking in with the rest of the Scoobies, too, and see if anybody else hears anything weird or if they've heard from them, because, I mean, it's ringing, so they're back, I guess.
Yeah, you get no contact from Lunchbox or that new kid, Phoenix.
And from Claire?
Nothing from her either.
Mm-hmm.
Her phone rings just the same way as John's does.
Okay.
Okay, we're definitely putting some sort of like child lock on their phones that tells us where they are at all times going forward.
Yeah.
That would be bad. That would be very, very bad.
Just because you don't want people knowing what you get up to on the weekends, John.
Put Life 360 on your phone and lock it down to friends only. So I'm gonna ping. Update requested. Update requested.
Driving forklift. Please call back later.
Okay. You guys walk down. You get to the therapist's place. It's a nice little residential home. There's a sign set up out front. Says Guy Phillips, hypnotherapist. Weight loss and smoking cessation, it basically says underneath.
Mhm.
And that's about it. It seems like a nice little neighborhood. It's actually directly across, now that I remember, it's actually directly across the street from the president's house, which is not in the same not in the same location as the president's house is in real life, Martha.
Ah, that's good.
It's on the map.
Do they still leave
Building 51.
naked saran wrap people on his front porch, though? That was
yes,
awesome.
that does happen.
Wait, it's just occurred to me. The president's house is number 51.
Yes.
So the president's house is area 51.
Oh. I'm not surprised. The president was rather unique in real life. Let's keep an eye out for any black SUVs, because they're the only people we haven't asked. All right, so we still haven't heard back from them, right?
Yeah, we can just.
Yeah, why don't we split up? Why doesn't one of us go in there?
Oh yes, because that's always a good idea.
Ask him, because then at least one person will be on the outside, and if they don't hear back from us, like immediately, actually I could just call you on my cell phone and leave the phone open, so that you can hear inside. Or if you want to go inside, do the same thing. So that way we'll have the phone call open, and then if anything funky goes on, we'll know immediately.
And do what?
I don't know. Call the cops, but I mean, if it's people.
Right now it's about 4:45.
Okay.
Because if this is just people, if it's not anything magical, then in theory the cops would help.
Yeah, but this is maybe people who abduct other people and put them on tranquilizer for days.
Well, yes, but the thing would be, if you can hear what's going on, then as soon as they go, ha 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 ha, and abduct us, we can call the cops, and the cops will show up. I mean, does the house look particularly fancy, like there's a secret exit?
Hicks, you showed signs of having eaten. I mean, you weren't fed intravenously or anything.
Yeah.
While you were gone. So, I mean, it's not like you were unconscious the entire time.
Yeah, even more disturbing.
You just don't remember it.
Well, since you already got captured once, why don't I go in? Because they're unlikely, I guess, to capture you twice, but they haven't got me yet.
Yeah.
For whatever nefarious purpose.
True. They're more likely to kill me than capture me twice.
All right. If you want to go in and say, hey, where have I been for the past couple days, you can do that too. I'm thinking it'd be a little more suspicious. No.
Okay, I'll let you go, and I'll bust you out if they take you. I'll burn the house down.
Just make sure you have the campus, 911 on speed dial, because there's a whole 3 buttons. You might forget. Okay, so call him on my phone and make sure that we've got a call going and it's active.
Yeah.
And then I'll go and you stick it in a pocket and make sure he can still hear okay. And then go knock on the door.
Okay.
Or is it just open that you go in?
You can knock, and then if you try the door, it'll open right up. There's a little flicky thing and a bell that rings when you walk in. Looks like it's the guy's house. Looks a bit like the Growing Pains house. He has the setup for the therapy.
Sadly, I never saw that show.
You're fired, Martha. Get out. Go with Get generic, out now.
I mean, if you said it was the Brady Bunch house, I would have known.
Well, to be honest, Martha did spend much of her childhood growing up on show tunes. So
Yeah.
she didn't get most
I get
popular
half
culture.
an
She
hour
got
of TV a day. Half an hour of TV a day, okay?
she got the Pirates of Penzance instead.
Yes. And He-Man, and She-Ra, and Thundercats, and Silverhawks, and Voltron. Sitcoms were eh. Not enough
So,
animation.
You were watching the wrong sitcoms. Anyway, basically, it's a nice residential home. He has a couple of rooms set off to one side, off the main entrance.
Okay.
That is basically his therapy office.
All right. Is
When
there a
you walk in,
receptionist or?
no, when you walk in, it's basically an open area. A little kid sees you, is like, I don't know you. Who are you?
My name is Jane Smith. I'm here looking for Dr. whatever his name is. I know his name. I totally know his name.
That sounds like a fake name. Are you sure?
That's not. Okay, I know his name. I would have remembered it. Just because I'm an airhead doesn't mean she's an airhead.
No. He says your name sounds like a fake name.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'm just really lucky, I guess. Actually, Jane Doe is the fake name that they give to people whose names they don't know.
Dad! Patient. This is a weird one.
Not weird. I'm just normal.
She doesn't know her own name.
I did.
The kid says, he'll be right out.
Okay, thank you. Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought everybody had dropped up again.
Yes.
Angel passing overhead. Please wait.
The universe is rebooting.
Okay.
Please stand by.
Not far off. Anyway, the guy comes out.
7.3 eons.
Guy Phillips comes out. He's like, "Hi, can I help you?" Wow, this is a busy day today.
Yeah, I was actually looking for friends of mine that might have stopped by here earlier. John and bleep, what was her name? Claire. John and Claire. They might have stopped by her earlier. I'm just trying to track them down.
Yes, they were here just about 2 hours ago.
Oh. Okay, yeah, no, I've been calling their cell phones and they weren't answering, so I was sort of worried. That's why I was trying to track them down.
It was quite an amazing session, really. I put them under, and
it's never good when the hypnotist is surprised.
Not 10 minutes later, they just snapped out of it and said that they were perfectly fine. They tore out of here rather fast.
That's not a good sign.
After paying me.
And they woke themselves up out of a trance?
Well, not entirely. I backed them back up after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was worried there for a second.
Good, I have a backup now.
As they woke up, as soon as they came to, they were really eager to get out of here. But I gave them they didn't tell me anything about what they remembered, but that just that I'd apparently done a good job.
Boy, were they excited about it.
Oh. Did they say where they were going? I'm really surprised they didn't call me.
No, they didn't say a thing. The young lady gave me her credit card, and I ran it, and they were almost out of here before I could give them the card back.
Okay, well...
Which is a shame, because that was a platinum.
Okay, well, I guess I will try to track them down. I'm glad you were able to help them, though. That's good to know, even if I can't find them. They didn't look particularly worried, did they?
I can't say so. They seemed rather excited, but other than that, I can't really describe their emotions too much.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean, we didn't know where they'd gone. They didn't know where they'd gone. I'm glad it was a good thing, at least. If they weren't scared, I guess that means they weren't too worried about it happening again. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, and I'll go see if I can track down my friends.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Okay, I will.
If you or anyone you know also needs help, just give me a call.
Will definitely. Thank you. Okay.
Is she gone yet?
I am so tempted to just show him my ID and say it's really Jane Smith. But unless I see him on the way out, I won't do that.
No.
Okay, I will head back out to reconvene with Hicks.
Okay.
How much of that did Hicks hear through the phone? Was it a decent connection, or?
Pretty much the call dropped off as soon as Hicks heard. That sounds like a fake name.
Okay, I will come back out and I'll give you a quick recap of what happened inside. So that was, what, 2 hours ago, he said?
Yes.
So 2 hours ago,
it's about 4 now.
Yeah, they found out what happened and
Well,
they
no,
didn't
it's
call anybody.
about 4:45 now. So
Okay.
they were there about 2:30 or so. Ish.
Okay. So they didn't call us. They didn't call anybody and tell us what's going on. I don't know if you want to go in and we can have him try to bring your memory back as well, but it's a little strange that they wouldn't have contacted us. I'm wondering if the hypnotherapy somehow woke up some other trigger in them. Except it would have only been one of them because Claire didn't go under, only John.
Okay, I must admit I'm curious about it because.
Oh, actually, he said the guy said they both went under.
Oh, they both went under. Okay.
John was supposed to be the only one to go under, but Claire.
But he said both of them did. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Another thing unusual about that session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, Claire got a little too focused and went under at the same time John did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Did you want to give it a try to get your own memory back? Like I said, I don't know why they wouldn't have called us, or where they've gone to since. I don't know if it's something you want to risk, or...
Okay, and no risk, no fun, right? And he does have a kid, so...
he must be a good guy. He has a kid.
He can running around all over the place, so he can't have too many secrets.
Okay.
Too many skeletons in his closet. So, but I'll be happier with it if you stay outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say, since I've already told him, yeah, I'll stay outside and you go in. Since the cell phone dropped off more or less immediately when you went outside, I don't know. He seemed relatively trustworthy. Can I use my thief to check and see if he was being sneaky? Or if he seemed truthful? I mean, how much social engineering does a thief do?
Actually, no, but go ahead and give me a librarian roll.
Okay. Hopefully the dice will not hate me too much. 10. Another 2 ones. I have 2 dice that have not rolled a 1 yet today. 2 dice out of 10.
I cannot seem to do this right. What the hell?
I was going to say, give me the dice rolling app at this point because, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's dice bag. The problem is it runs low.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why you guys would enjoy
Are
it.
doing so well, huh?
Yes. You rolled a 10.
Yeah.
He didn't seem like the kind of guy who would have to pay late fees.
Okay, cool. All right, so then, yeah, you go in. If I don't hear back from you or if anything seems funky, I'll come in. How long would a session normally last, I wonder? Did I learn that while I was doing the research?
Not really, but he said they were only out for like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
So. Okay. Well, then if I don't hear back from you within 15 minutes...
Well,
oh,
go!
God. Well, all right. While she's gone, I'm going to take a bit of a break to the little boys' room, and
have fun.
Then we'll come back.
I was going to say 15 minutes would be awfully short. I would give
15
him
minutes
30.
would be enough. 15 minutes will work, I think, for this. In fact, I think 15 minutes will just about perfect. Welcome back, Martha.
Not ready to punt this thing out of window. Between the ones and the connections.
Well, that's just Hangouts being Hangouts,
Oh.
unfortunately. Brian's
it's
off
such
to
a
take a
good
bio
idea.
break.
It's just, bad execution, but it's a great idea. I love gaming like this. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, if we could only do, board games like this.
I think that's why we have Tabletop Forge. I just don't think we've had a full implementation of a board game in Tabletop Forge yet.
That would be fun.
Fairly certain people are running Fiasco in Tabletop Forge. There are a few other games I'd like to try.
Yeah, that's true.
One of these days.
Someday I'm going to reboot my GURPS games. I've missed them so much, especially playing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Take them out of the closet.
Welcome back,
the Green
Brian.
Lantern returns.
Your god has returned. Okay. So,
Okay.
Hicks, you're going in?
I'm going in, yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to start a timer on my phone, so after 15 minutes, if I don't hear from him, I'm going to investigate.
Okay, no problem. Hicks, you go in, the bell rings, and as you open the door, and you see the therapist standing there, leaning down, talking to his son, and say, "Now look, don't question all of my patients like that. It's not polite. She gave a fake name. That's not right. You tell who you are." He's like, "Just don't." Oh, hi. Hi. Can I help you?
Yes. I was wondering if you could help me with a bit of a memory problem.
A memory problem?
Yes.
How much time are you missing?
About 2.5 days.
Actually, it's closer to just 2 days for you.
Okay, about 2 days.
He's like, "Do you know John, Mr. Brown, and what the hell is Claire's last name? Miss Rosenberg?"
Yes, in fact, I do.
Fascinating. I'm really going to have to sit down and interview all three of you and write this up. Sure, come this way.
Thank you.
He leads you into his therapy room, and he gestures over to the chaise lounge he has there. The room is actually very nice. The walls are a nice pale blue. Everything is very calming. All the wood, all the furniture is a nice dark wood or dark brown leather. So he turns back to the door before he shuts it, and he's like, "Now, Brian, behave." You hear a foot stomp, and the little kid goes running off, and he shuts the door.
Note for future reference: hypnotherapy does not help with passive aggression.
He closes the door, and he's like, "So you've been having the same basic situation. You just lost a couple days, and people remember seeing you when you weren't actually there."
Exactly, right.
Or at least that you remember being there. Fascinating. Okay, well, we're just gonna let's just get right to it. The session will be $240 for the hypnotherapy session, and then after that, and then just to make you aware ahead of time, you won't have to pay if you don't go under, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have to warn you, I have never done this before, so I don't
That
know if.
that
Um,
that's quite
Oh, a
all.
hypnotherapy virgin, huh?
He says that's quite all right. That's quite all right. We'll see. Not everyone can be, so we'll just see how it goes.
mhm.
Um, he says now, if I can just have you lay back and relax. He turns on a stereo which has some waterfall sounds mixed with a little classical music, very soothing. And he holds up his pen, and he's like, "Now, if you'll just concentrate at the end of the pen, just calmly relax, take a deep breath, focus on the end of the pen, and go ahead and give me a comic book aficionado roll."
Mhm. 8. 11.
Okay,
Woohoo!
lose one of those die,
Ouch.
and give me another, roll. You're feeling very very tired, very sleepy,
Okay.
slowly going under.
Under and 12.
Okay.
And you fall out like a light.
Nope. You lose one of those die,
Good
and
gravy.
go ahead and roll again. You're feeling very very relaxed.
Okay. I stopped thinking about all this fine money and what I could buy with it.
How many comic books you're gonna lose?
Yeah. 7.
Okay, and give me one more roll.
With 2 dice or with 1 dice? 1 dice.
You're at 1 now,
Okay. 6.
and you're not. There's no way. Okay.
Okay.
You lose.
Yeah, I
that
was gonna say if he's not
die.
winning with like 12s.
You lose that die, and you go under. He quickly walks you back to Friday. You head off to class. As you're leaving class, you walk out through the woods, and
Feel.
Through the woods.
Would you mind
yes.
a brief interruption here, Brian?
Sure.
About this time, I'm going to send Jane a text message.
Okay.
Sorry couldn't respond earlier. What's up?
Fill him in. Well, just say you guys vanished again. Was getting worried. We found the hypnotherapist. Hicks is trying to get his memory back too. What's up?
Let's see. The acronym that comes back is TFMTKAYTFO.
What?
Alphabet soup.
Keep it up. You're on the right track. /out.
What the hell? Text him back. What the hell?
No response.
Okay.
Okay, text him back. Damn it, Bunny, stop fucking with me. What the hell is going on? I hate you all so much right now. Well, I guess wait on Hicks then.
Okay. All right, Hicks. You walk back. The building your class is in actually borders on the forest that backs up against where the amphitheater is.
Okay,
and
yes.
there are a couple of trails that walk back that way that will lead you back to your dorm. You head back in that direction. You're not actually going into the woods, but you're nearby. When all of a sudden you are jumped from behind, and you feel a sharp pain in your shoulder, and everything goes fuzzy.
Like werewolf fuzzy or passing out fuzzy?
Like passing out fuzzy.
Darn.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, but I'll get into that later.
When you come to, you are in a white painted 5x5 cinder block room with a bed kind of squeezed in along the back wall.
And a bucket.
No bucket.
Looks like in an asylum for the insane.
The walls are not padded. It is solid cinder block.
Okay.
His is just him
Creepy.
remembering stuff, right?
Yes. He's in a flashback.
That's what I thought. I was just like, better check.
Um,
Otherwise, that guy has a really creepy house.
does this room have windows?
No windows, just the steel door in front of you.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it was my basic thought, too. I'm glad you're just in a flashback.
After about an hour of sitting there, you hear someone walking up outside. You hear a sharp bang on the door of someone hitting it. It's like, then you hear, "Are you awake in there?"
I think I would frantically look for a weapon.
There is nothing. There is the bed, which is actually more of a cot, which is actually bolted to the walls. There is no real mattress. It's just a length of fabric that's suspended in the frame.
Okay, then I would possibly try to play sleeping.
Okay. The door opens, and you're kind of squinting a little to make it so your eyes look like they're closed, but you see a large, heavily muscled man in a black suit with a black tie, and he's like, "Wake up!"
And black sunglasses inside.
And black sunglasses while he's inside. He kicks the end of the cot, and the cot actually flies up a bit. You're laying on it. You get thrown back against the wall. He's like, "Get up! I know you're awake."
Okay.
Smell it on you.
Then why did you ask?
Okay. I play waking up rather quickly.
He's like, "Come on with me.
Who are you?
Just come with me.
Why? Where to?
If you want to stay here, I'm fine with that."
Okay, I come with you.
He kind of roughly shoves you out into the hall, and you're in a white concrete and brick and some cinder block hallway. It's painted white, bright white. Still faintly smells of paint, like it wasn't painted all that long ago. He kind of half leads, half pushes you down the hallway to this rather large conference room.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of pushes you in.
Are there more steel doors in the walls?
There are. There's the one. There are at least. There are at least 7 others, right, kind of grouped together right when you come out, and oh, I'm sorry, no, there are
4 of them.
Yeah, there are 4 right here. I'm thinking the interview rooms down the hall. There are 4.
There are only 2 of those, I thought.
There are 2, but then there are the
observation rooms.
Well, there are actually 4. There's 2 on one side, 2 on the other.
Oh, okay.
And with 2 observation rooms right next to them.
Okay.
So yeah, there are 4 immediately Hicks right here when you come out. There's the one you were in, and then there are 3 others. As he pushes you down the hall, you pass what looks like a laboratory on one side. Which is, there's this big glass panel inset into the wall, and it's like it's almost quadruple glazed. It looks like there's like 2 double panes of glass put together, really thick. Looks bulletproof. But go ahead and give me a comic books roll.
Mm-hmm.
You're back. You're at full dice for this.
Okay. So this is 12.
You see some animal cages up against the back wall. There's a rather familiar-looking rat in there.
Oh no, with the eyes.
Yep. In fact, it looks at you, stands up on its hind legs, and beats on the door or on the cage that it's in.
Okay, make a sign like hi.
Okay.
In rat sign language. Hi.
The guy pushes you a little further past, and there is he leads you to a conference room and kind of shoves you in.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, have a seat. The others will be here shortly.
Okay, so the conference room does have also these blank walls, or
yes, it does. There is kind of like a buffet table along one side. One wall has like a giant flat screen TV embedded into it. And then there is this long conference table with chairs around it, and one of those triangular conference call phone things right in the middle of the table.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I stop thinking that they will shoot me any minute.
Okay, after a little bit, the same guy comes back and shoves John into the room.
Okay.
Then
Hey, you don't have to put. Hey, I can walk. You don't. Oh, dude.
Hi.
Then a little bit later, another couple of suited people escort in Phoenix, Lunchbox, and Zarnetsky, the guy who has the thing, and then the chicken place, and then finally this rather skinny guy comes in, pushing a wheelchair with Claire in it. He seems to be doting on her, in fact, as he wheels her around to the table and pushes her in. And he seems to be going out of his way to make sure that she's comfortable.
Why is she in a wheelchair?
He says, he looks at you and says, her neurotransmitters are a bit off right now. It'll be a little bit until she's back to her being herself. And then he basically turns around and leaves. He's like, I'll be back in a little bit with food. So basically everyone except Jane,
Because I'm
and
awesomely
the professor
awesome.
are and the professor, who's
There will be other reasons, as we discovered.
Yeah. Shush. Right now, I'm just
Yeah.
awesome.
presumably already. The professor has presumably already been here. While you all are sitting there, about a grand total of about 5 or 6 of these men in black suits come in and line the walls, just to keep an eye on everybody. And the lights go dim, the speakerphone comes on, and the projection screen, or the TV comes on, and you see a silhouetted figure of basically just a head and shoulders kind of sitting there, just the silhouette on the screen, and basically the guy says,
Backlit or with a screen in front of him?
you can't really tell. It is simply a black shadow on a white background.
Okay.
And he basically says, and I'm just going to run through this straight. because I've already been through it once and I don't want to do it again. I don't actually have it scripted, so I'm going to try and follow as close as possible. I will post the full version of the video.
Nobody saw the. That's okay. Nobody saw the first video.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you mess up, we won't know.
Yes.
Basically, the Shadow says, I want to thank you all for joining me here today, even though it was coerced. I apologize for any inconveniences that may have occurred in your procurement.
You mean like getting shot off a building? Yeah.
Basically, as the figure says this, you can see it almost looking in the direction of that guy who wheeled in Claire, who's standing behind her. And he says, I have brought you all here today to discuss our current situation and the situation that your town finds itself in. It is not unique, so get that out of your minds to begin with. This has happened before, and it most likely will happen again. The veil between the worlds is paper thin at times. There are many locations throughout the world where the two have met before and will meet again. Many cities that have magical reputations, New Orleans, Santa Fe, Rome, places like this, the veil has been thinned before, and for lack of a better term, magic has happened. So your town is not unique. It is perhaps slightly unique in the fact that it has never been so fully ripped open before, but even in time, the world will adjust to that. Why I have brought you here is every person in this room, aside from my men, has had an encounter and in some way has helped remediate that encounter with something not fully of this world. For instance, our young Rattus in the other room.
Zombie coli.
Yes. We have brought you here because you all seem to be rather effective at dealing with these situations and helping to smooth them out, as it were. We have brought you here to consider membership in our organization, which has a long history, several thousand years, in fact, of maintaining the status quo and keeping mankind unaware of who it shares its world with. Things such as the fairies, who I'm sure you have met. Things such as vampires and werewolves and other lycanthropes. I'm sure you have all heard stories. Most of those stories are fake. They are
fabrications.
Misinformation that we have put out. You have no doubt, in fact, also heard of many secret societies throughout the millennia. We are at the root of those as well. They are, shall we say, front organizations for our own organization. When we were first given a name, not so much founded, for we had already been in existence for at least a few thousand years, the first name our organization was given was the Concolare, which is Latin for the hidden. That is our mission and that is our mandate, to keep things hidden. Mankind functions best when it does not know, as I said, who it shares the world with. We first began as a group of. Let me back up a little bit. The vampires which you see in your movies and literature are not true vampires. A true vampire is a bestial creature with very little humanity in it. They are a mutant offshoot of humanity called Homo sapiens lamia. They lack the abilities to produce certain neurotransmitters themselves, so they acquire them from prey, most often prey animals, but a human will do in a pinch. Actually, a lot better, but they tend to avoid groups of people as their defense systems are easily overwhelmed if they have to focus on more than one individual. There have been occasions throughout history where some of these bestial creatures, who are often mistaken for ape men of some kind, such as your Sasquatch or Yeti. This is not their true appearance, but it is a misdirection that they project on their prey. There have been many occasions, as I said, throughout history where in the act of an attack, the neurotransmitters overwhelm, particularly the males of the species, and if it is a female human that they are preying on, there have been occasions where interbreeding, to put it politely, has taken place. These hybrids are known as wampirs, and these are more accurately what you perceive as vampires in your popular culture. They are themselves capable of producing most neurotransmitters. However, they do have a certain deficiency that in times of stress can arise, which I'm afraid, Miss Rosenberg, is what happened in your case. My agent was prepared for you to be afraid, but not quite be that angry.
Yeah, Claire does angry.
So the heightened emotion was, I should, I suppose, stipulate vampires and wampirs are, by natural expression, very empathic and very psychic creatures. They function on that level. You basically smelled like a good meal to him, and he was not able to control himself. Again, I apologize for that. You should be fine in a
That's
few
our Claire
hours.
exuding deliciousness.
You should be fine in a few hours once your body has time to recuperate. I am the figure kind of leans up, and you see the hand waving in this direction, and the door opens, and trolley carts start coming in with various food and drink and stuff like that. And he's like, having a meal within you will help replenish what you have lost, and it won't hurt the rest of you either. My men will partake first if you have any doubts, and some of the agents eat some of the food first and then make it available for everyone to eat or drink whatever they want. And he basically goes on to say that throughout the Wampirs, the non-human survivors of vampire and human mating, were the first to found the organization because they wanted to protect their parents from monsters like them, essentially. Around about the same time, another branch of humanity developed, who developed the ability to use the magical force that was invading the world in various locations, and basically produce and do magic. That particular mutation is known as Homo sapiens magus, and they're basically magic users. He says again that the rat in the other room is not the first attempt by someone to muck about with life using magic in some way. That there was a mage some 6,000 or 7,000 years ago who went about tinkering with humans on a genetic level, even though he didn't know what genes or anything were. He just tried different fusions together. He wound up creating werewolves, werebears, were-rats, were-everything. Basically, he traveled around a lot, and every culture he came to, he found someone to tinker with. He had a lot of fun in Egypt. Pretty much the entire Egyptian pantheon is based on this guy's tinkering.
The Johnny Appleseed of genetic mucking about.
Pretty much. Pretty much. So every lycanthrope species that exists, and there are many, you see the big burly guy who came and got you, pulls down his glasses, and he has yellow wolf eyes, and he puts his glasses back on, of which there are many, are solely the result of this guy. And at least they assume it's one guy. They don't really know. There aren't that many historical details, but all of them have the same basic signature, transforming under a full moon or under times of stress, stuff like that. I'm starting to lose my voice from talking too much.
No.
He says so basically, what our organization exists is to clean up messes like those that have been appearing when they happen, and to protect humanity from realizing what's going on. We were alerted to each and every one of you by one of our agents who's already in town. I believe you know Mr. Murdoch.
Which one is that? Is that the null?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically what we would like to do is offer each of you a place in our organization. We do, however, have some, shall we say, hazing for you. You will be taken from here. You will be interviewed and at length, and you will be discharged with no recollection of where you are or how you got where you've been for the last few days. The interview process will take a few days in most of your cases. So what I would like to offer, with no memory, when you are released, if you manage to recover and find your way back here, and I will tell you where you are. You are currently located underneath the Illuminati Museum in town. As I said, we are
at the Adam Weishaupt Museum, number 27.
How fitting.
As I said, we are a front organization. They are a front organization for us. They, and therefore we, were very influential in this town's rebuilding. And we have been here for a while, though the base here has been inactive for quite a while. You can no doubt smell the paint. He says, so all we need, I should rephrase it to state that your memories will be wiped whether or not you decide to join with us. If, however, you decide to recover your memory and then seek us out, we will take it as an acceptance of our offer to join the organization. That is pretty much it. You can talk amongst yourselves and decide, and
Figure out why they hate Jane. Figure out why they hate Jane.
They can't see Jane.
Na 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 na. Dude, it's a secret squirrel club, but they don't even know I'm a squirrel.
So they said you can decide amongst yourselves when you are ready. Let one of my agents know, and they will take you off to be debriefed. Almost immediately, John and Claire kind of look at each other and talks amongst themselves. And, they wave over. They're pretty much the big burly guy who dropped you off.
Yeah, we'll forget, but somehow we'll remember. I don't think we're gonna take forgetting lightly.
And they they shuffle them off into some rooms down the hall. So pretty much everyone is left. Hicks, you can decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a really short game if you say no.
The guy on screen is gone,
it's kind
right?
of awkward, yeah.
The guy on screen is gone, right?
He's gone. The screen shut off.
So,
but there's free food.
Yeah, I'm wondering for the whole time how not knowing does protect anyone.
Yeah, he got a good point there.
But I think it would be not the best policy to voice this opinion here.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, maybe, but it's not.
That's the company you're on.
Not exactly helpful. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just signal that I'm ready to be debriefed.
Okay. One of the other agents comes by, and not one of the ones you've met before, kind of stands you up and waves you over to the door and down the hall to an interview room. You go in, and it looks like a basic interrogation room from a police procedural. There's a desk, there's a camera set up. Excuse me, and there's a double-sided mirror on the wall. He says, "Have a seat. One of the sages will be with you shortly."
Okay. So I sit down and take the whole room in. I expect there will be a camera behind the mirror screen.
There's actually a camera set up facing right where you're sitting, right in front of you.
They're not very subtle.
Yeah, they're not subtle about it at all. And hold on. Oh dear.
Yeah.
I can't. Emmy wants an invite, and I can't seem to send one right now.
Let's see.
Oh.
I'm not sure, but I think I may be the. Do you guys have the invite button?
Where would it be?
Right next to the chat button.
I do not have the invite button.
No, I don't either.
Can't you just send her the address of the Hangout?
I'm gonna try. Hold on. Let's see.
It should show up in her stream, shouldn't it?
It should, but
because I clicked on the little thing of where you said invites you to a Hangout.
Yeah. I think I may have got her the link. I don't know. Things are weird. My Chrome seems to be acting up.
Yeah, I still like it. It still runs faster for me than Firefox, but it's had so many weird problems lately.
Um,
Do you want to exit out and start another one, and we can call that one like 8.5?
I suppose I can do that. All right, we'll just do that.
Okay.
Okay.
There will now be a short intermission, during which small ice creams and large boxes will be sold in the lobby.
Let's all go to
the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and drop a wad of cash.
Okay. I will see you all again in a minute.
All right.
Awaiting your invite.